Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, or it's actually your first royal reading of today, a Monday afternoon, which turned out to not have very good sound quality. So I'm redoing it, but I'm redoing it, the short form of it, and as a way of checking the energy that I got the first time around. Well, that's just for me as a tarot reader, but also to check whether it's time to get a new microphone. I do hammer them, I do get through them at quite a rate, so apologies if there is poor sound quality around at the moment. I do try and check, but I can't check absolutely everything. It just takes too long. Anyway, getting all that out the way, we are here with the Apprentice Tarot, using a different tarot deck, and as I say, I'm doing a short form of the reading I did earlier today, and I'm looking at Harry's state of mind, because a lot of people speculating when he popped up in Texas for the F1 Grand Prix in Texas that he's looking rather the worse for wear. He's looking sad, he's not looking in the best physical state, he's looking puffy, bloated. There can of course be reasons for looking puffy and bloated that might have to do with some level of indulgence, but we're not going to look at that now. We're just going to look at his state of mind. How is he? There's speculation that he was taking the long way home, that he was dragging his heels. That comes from NT at Sedan, that anything rather than go home. He showed up, of course, at the Grand Prix with Alexei Robichaud, seemed to be working. Maybe something to do with Better Up. They were guests of Mercedes, the Mercedes team, but it looked like a working day out rather than just a day out. So I want to know his state of mind. I want to know what it's like being a renter royal. Is it all it's cracked up to be? And I did a much longer reading on the renter royal aspect of his life. But anyway, we're just going to see what's his state of mind right now. How is he feeling in himself? Are these observers right to say that all is not well in Harryland? There's the devil that just popped up there. What's it like being a renter royal? Is it okay? Is it all that he thought it would be? And is he dragging his heels about going home? And what's the outcome on this trajectory of renter royal? So we're looking at renter royal basically. And is he lonely? Is he sad? In the Lone Star state? What's it like? Allegedly, Better Up's moving to Texas, so I can understand why he popped in on the way back from the Caribbean, from Atlanta to Texas, and then not home, possibly. He's been away an awful lot. I've just read on that with regards to the children, and a bit of a harrowing read. So this is actually a way for me to decompress as well after that quite traumatic reading, and just get back to something not quite so, hopefully, dark. And of course, as I lay the cards out, let's remind you, it is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all speculation, it's all my opinion. And I read energy here, archetypal energy, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So what's it like as a renter royal? Yeah, working day out for him, Ace of Pentacles. And there's the devil again. We'll just bring the devil out. And the devil is in reverse. Very interesting that the devil should show up in reverse next to the Ace of Pentacles. Rather work than go back to the devil. How about that for an underlying energy of this reading? Maybe that's why the sound quality was so bad in the previous one that I had to scrap it and start again here and do the short form. But staying away from the devil, freeing himself from the devil by applying himself to work. For Better Up, possibly. That's what he was doing there. And of course, the devil is addiction, toxic relationships, obsession, being chained literally to the devil, and trying to free himself through work. Well, that's good. Well done, Harry, in that case. Let's see the actual situation we're dealing with here in Texas. We're dealing with the Page of Cups schmoozing. This card actually came out in the previous reading, literally as the same card, the central issue of that previous reading. So yeah, not that you will know, but I will know as a tarot reader that I'm getting confirmation from universe that the energy that I'm reading is the energy it wants me to read. Page of Cups is schmoozing. That's going out and having to glad hand and do small talk and try and sell yourself to people. It's very it's downgrading himself from a royal prince to somebody who has to go out and schmooze at an event like the Grand Prix. And of course, at the Grand Prix, you've got terribly wealthy people, billionaires with their own private jets who fly in and out and around the world, experts, people who really know their stuff. And along comes, has been as the Page of Cups, very diminished in status, it's very juvenile status, somebody who's got to put their best face on and smile through gritted teeth. And though he might rather be a million miles away. So what's his state of mind at the moment? How's he feeling? Is he sad, or is he, oh dear. There we have it. We've got the Lovers in reverse. It's breakup time, folks. We've all seen this coming. It's over and over and over. It was in the other reading I did today as well. Over and over. Separation, divorce, partnerships failing. It doesn't only have to be a marriage that's failing, according to the cards and the energy universe has decided we need to see in the second version of this reading, but also it could be his relationship with Better Up is falling apart. Interesting. Or that the deals that he's trying to make are not succeeding. I didn't succeed in saying that word. So partnerships, alliances, things like that, hoping that Mercedes would sign on the dotted line, huge contract with Better Up. I'm speculating, of course, didn't happen or may not happen. So lots going on in that card. Marriage that might be disintegrating, it might be over behind the scenes. And we know we've seen two big celebrity marriages that have failed and secretly behind the scenes a long time ago, and they've kept lying to people, basically, and misrepresenting the situation, which is not very nice, is it? To the adoring public. Will Smith and his wife Jada, and then of course Meryl Streep and her husband came out very soon after that announcement and said, oh, us too. And so there we have it. We have possible divorce, separation, and we have failed deals or splitting with business partners, that kind of thing. Not great energy for his state of mind. He's very focused on that. That's not happy energy. How does he feel about being a renter royal? Is this how he expected life to be when he set off to America to find his fortune? Ace of Wands in reverse, not quite. It's a blocked energy. It's bad news. It's bad PR. It doesn't look good. He doesn't like the way it looks. He doesn't like the criticism he gets. There's a little clip going around, I think it's on Twitter, of someone filming him when he did the walk of shame, basically. Not exactly a red carpet, past people who weren't exactly cheering, and somebody said a rude word about him quite loudly. Which a lot of people think he heard. So it's humiliating. 8 of Wands in reverse. It's bad news. It's bad PR, but it's also just blocked progress. He thought that this was going to be so different. He thought he would be a roaring success. And it's hard work, 8 of Pentacles, and it's not going smoothly. It's not going well. Doors are not opening. They may be slamming shut, in fact. Plenty of doors have slammed shut that we know about. I think there's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. It's difficult, and he's not used to it. He's not used to having to go against the flow, to have to really work so hard to make things happen. Previously, as a proper working royal rather than a renter royal, everything was effortless. Everything was done for him, and all he had to do was arrive, and the crowd would cheer, and everything was laid on for him, and it was wonderful. I bet he looks back at that life and thinks, if only. But we're going to move on now to life on the home front. Is he avoiding Montecito by hanging around in Texas, where allegedly Better Up is moving to? Magician in reverse. That's someone who's up to no good. The Magician. Magician in reverse is a manipulation, lacking resources, trickery, improper use of power. All of those things that the little apprentice tarot wants to tell us about. It is shenanigans. It is manipulation. So I say, oh, I have to go to Texas now, and on important business. 8 of Pentacles, can't go back to California. Not that I think she wants him back in California, but I think it is an excuse. I think it's a PR excuse, because the Magician is very PR-y as a card for me as a reader as well. Massaging the truth, putting a spin on things. It's putting a spin on things. Look, here I am. I'm so important. I'm doing work, putting deals together here in Texas, but actually it's a false spin, it's a false gloss that he's putting on a situation, because really he's got nowhere else to go. That's my interpretation of the situation. It's a bit pathetic, but he's doing his best to massage the situation to make it look to us as if it's actually wonderful. He's busy working so hard and so important, and got bodyguards and a lanyard and all kinds of things. And headphones and watching on those monitors. Outcome for him on this current trajectory, this current life path as a renter royal. How's it going to go for him as a renter royal? 7 of Cups. He's going to carry on being deluded about it. He's not really going to see the truth of the situation with the 7 of Cups. He's not going to see how humiliating it really is, because it's going to carry on with possibilities like this gig over the weekend with the Mercedes team at the Grand Prix, that there's always going to be someone somewhere who thinks it's exciting excuse me, thinks it's exciting to meet a prince and host him for the day somewhere. I'm sure afterwards they think, oh my word, we're going to have to get, well, Meghan wanted scent candles or something in St. George's Chapel. They might have to buy scent candles to refresh the air after he's been there. He looks to me as if you might want to get some sort of spray. You get those sprays that what's the word, smudge places. You might want to get one of those after he's been in your space, because his energy for me as an energy reader is pretty dark. So let's just say that's my opinion. But he's got plenty of people who are willing to give him an opportunity to schmooze, to host him for the day, to listen to him blather on about nonsense. So he's not going to make giant leaps forward and be a huge success. It's not the sun, it's not anything like that. It's a level of delusion. Play the little game and people will facilitate it. People will allow it to happen because he's a prince. And so he's going to carry on deluded. He's going to carry on for a while longer. The bubble hasn't pricked yet. The bubble hasn't burst yet. He's got a while longer. 7 of Cups is 7 months. Which is an interesting timing for me, because that's when I see the wheels really coming off the whole situation. So he's got a while longer to play this game, and it is a game. It is humiliating. It's not going well. It's not how he thought it would go. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that I would say means divorce or separation. And this is being spun to make him look better. And here, working holiday, getting away from trouble at home with the devil in reverse, trying desperately to avoid, probably very angry. Things didn't go well in New York. The trip to the Caribbean was farcical. They were roundly and rightly derided for their hypocrisy as climate change heroes, and so very bad press, and I'm sure in a fury back home in Montecito. And who would want to be near that? I know I wouldn't. So there's your second reading, which was actually your first reading, but a mini version of it, and I hope it was interesting. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.